So my name is Enes Yusufspahic. I'm the Home and Community Care Development Officer for Eastern Sydney. I work with the agencies that provide services under the Home and Community Care Program. Essentially, the Home and Community Care Program provides support in-home for people under the age of 65 and older frail people, people with disabilities and carers. The purpose of the program is to enhance the person's independence and also to work on whatever abilities or skills they may have. I work primarily on the ground with the services, so I convene a forum for the agencies to allow everyone to come together and discuss the issues. I also give them an update on what's going on, what are the recent developments. I also work with the Aboriginal community, supporting the agencies in terms of bringing them current information and helping them resolve any of the issues they may have with the funders. I also work with the multicultural agencies as well. It's one of my passions. So recently we held a forum for bilingual workers, because bilingual workers are a link to particular communities. It's essentially peer support, because we noticed that there are a lot of younger bilingual workers coming in, and we thought the more experienced ones would be a better place to actually support them through.
I'm Charmaine Jones. I'm the Executive Officer of the Inner Sydney Regional Council for Social Development. The organisation is going into its 36th year today, its 36th AGM today, and was an organisation that grew out of traditionally a residents' action group in Waterloo in the fight to save some of the old housing in Waterloo, and has kind of expanded since then. So there's three key areas to the organisation. There's the regional council part, which is the sort of information and referral and capacity building for community agencies and organisations. There's the HAC Development Officer's role, which is, as Ines will explain, about the home and community care and supporting organisations that are funded to do that kind of work. And then there's the Tenant Participation Resource Service, which is a role that's funded to assist people who live in social housing to sort of support and resource tenant groups, tenant activities and community development activities involving social housing tenant groups and tenants. The main part for my role is the capacity building side for the community agencies and organisations. So we work on the principles of social justice and social inclusion. So any agencies that work in those fields are eligible to either become a member of our organisation or to avail themselves of our services. So we provide training, we provide information and referral, we convene and facilitate a number of interagencies and networking and collaboration opportunities for community organisations, community centres, all the way from really small grassroots groups all the way up to some of the really big organisations like Wesley Mission and Salvation Army, etc.
I'm Katrina Hendrickson. I do the minutes for the NAD meetings. I guess I started voluntary-wise doing the minutes for SHIPTA, do community work in the centre. We run workshops and exercises, art, craft, and just making sure that the tenants have a place to go to have a cup of tea, coffee, somewhere other than their apartments.
David White, and I'm the Tenant Participation Resource Worker. I work with social housing tenants. Tenant participation is tenants getting together to better their circumstances, especially in dealing with their landlord, which in the majority of cases, is Housing New South Wales. So state government, statutory authority. So yeah, but it also means like taking control of their lives. You know, they don't live in ghettos, although the media would like to paint it that way. They don't, and so it's a case of addressing some of the, because more and more people are being housed that have multiple health issues, like mental health, or they're newly released from jail, so they bring their kind of culture there, and it's a case of trying to empower tenants to take control of their communities and not just their lives.
My name is Chantel Cottrell. I work at Inner Sydney Regional Council for Social Development. I've been here since late May this year, so not that long, but starting to settle in. My role is as the Information and Publications Officer, so I've just started coordinating some of the publications here and developing them. So one of the publications in particular that I work on, and it's been the main publication of the organisation now since the 70s, is Inner Sydney Voice. And this has just come back from the printers today, so it's good that we're able to show it. And this is a community publication that features articles or issues relevant to local residents, local community groups, local community organisations. So, for example, we'll cover topics from urban development through to employment, through to transport, and through to housing issues, which are all really important to the inner Sydney region and the eastern suburbs region. So this comes out quarterly, so 4 times a year, and this is the spring issue here. But we are always looking for contributions from community groups. So if you look at this edition, we've got on the back cover, we're featuring Green Square Growers, which is a group that started up in Green Square for people interested in meeting and growing herbs and connecting through the garden and through community gardens. And we also have an article in here about the development at Roselle, which is a 32-storey development that was proposed. And for that, we spoke to some of the local resident action groups and the local schools. So definitely up for hearing from local community organisations and groups about anything that they want to promote or an issue that's relevant to them.